Ladies and gentlemen, dear friends and fellow dreamers, I want you to take a moment, close your eyes, and reflect on the person you were a year ago, 5 years ago, or maybe even just last month. Ask yourself, how much of that version of you are you still holding on to? The fears, the doubts, the excuses, the I can'ts, and the belief that you're not enough. We often look at our past selves as though they still have control over us, and that is one of the greatest lies we've been telling ourselves. Now I challenge you to let go of that weaker version of your life. The truth is, we all have a version of ourselves that is filled with limitations. A version that says, I can't do this. A version that lives under the weight of others' opinions. A version that holds back due to the pain it has endured. But here's the harsh truth. That version of you is merely a chapter, not the entire story. You are the one who holds the power to write the next page. You are the author of your story, the creator of your masterpiece. You are capable of so much more than you've allowed yourself to believe. How do I know this? Because I've been there. I've faced the impossible. I've felt the weight of the world on my shoulders. I've stared at the broken pieces of my life and wondered how I could ever rebuild. But then I realized those broken pieces were not a sign of weakness. They were a call to strength. They were an invitation to rise up and build a life that doesn't just survive but thrives. You see, we tend to hold on to our pain, our past mistakes, and our failures as if they define us. We allow them to shrink us, but let me tell you, your strength is forged in what you've overcome, not in what you've avoided. It's time to let go of that weak version of yourself. It's time to release the belief that you're not enough, that your circumstances have control over you, or that you're stuck in an unending cycle. I know it's difficult. Life doesn't always hand us the best cards. But guess what? The strength to change, to evolve, and to create the life you deserve isn't something you wait for. It's something you decide today. Not tomorrow, not next week. Today, kill that weak version of your life. Look in the mirror and see the powerful person you were always meant to be. Step into your greatness. Rise above the doubts. Become the version of yourself you've always dreamed of. Because when you choose to move forward, to push past your fears and doubts, when you refuse to stay in that weak version of your life any longer, not only do you change your future, but you also inspire everyone around you to do the same. So go ahead, kill that weak version of your life. It's time to become the person you were always meant to be. We all experience moments in life when we feel overwhelmed by the weight of our circumstances. Sometimes it feels as though the world is pressing down on us, making us question everything we've ever believed about ourselves. The voices inside our heads, doubts, fears, insecurities, can be deafening. They convince us that we are too small to face what's ahead of us, too weak to overcome the challenges. In those moments, it's easy to forget that we have a strength within us that is far greater than we realize. But what is this strength? It's not always about physical power or bravado. It's not about pushing through every challenge with ease. True strength comes from within, and it's rooted in resilience. It's the ability to rise after every fall, to get back up when life knocks you down. It's the courage to keep going, even when you can't see the way forward. It's the quiet conviction that you have the ability to create change, even when everything seems out of your control. The first step to embracing your strength is to stop underestimating it. So many of us spend our lives looking for external validation, waiting for someone to tell us we're capable, to recognize our potential, to confirm that we can achieve greatness. But the truth is, The power to change, succeed, and rise is already inside of you. You don't need permission. You don't need approval. You already have everything you need to begin the journey toward the person you were always meant to be. This realization can be both liberating and intimidating. It's liberating because it means you are no longer at the mercy of others' opinions or circumstances. You have the agency to shape your own destiny. But it's also intimidating because it requires you to look inward and face the parts of yourself you may have been avoiding. It asks you to recognize your own power, and sometimes that's a daunting task. We've all been conditioned to focus on what we lack, what we don't have, and what we can't do. But in reality, strength isn't about perfection. It's about resilience and adaptability. It's about how you rise when things get hard, how you learn from failure, and how you move forward, even when you don't have all the answers. When we embrace our strength, we stop seeing ourselves as victims of our circumstances. Instead, we realize that we are active participants in our own stories. Life isn't something that happens to us, it's something we have the power to shape. Every choice we make, every action we take, reflects our belief in our ability to navigate life's challenges. By embracing our strength, we acknowledge that we are capable of weathering any storm. No matter how difficult the road may seem, we can keep moving forward. It's important to understand that embracing your strength doesn't mean you won't have moments of vulnerability. Strength is not about being invincible. It's about being real with yourself, accepting that you are human and knowing that you can still persevere even when you feel broken. The key is not to view vulnerability as a weakness, but as a part of the strength that makes us human. It's okay to feel uncertain, scared, exhausted, elated, or free. These emotions are valid, but what matters is that you don't let them define you. You don't let them dictate the course of your life. You find a way to rise above them and move forward. Sometimes, embracing your strength means embracing your flaws too. It means understanding that your imperfections aren't what hold you back. They're what make you unique, and they give you the perspective and empathy needed to connect with others. Strength is about owning who you are, imperfections and all, and using those qualities to fuel your growth. Rather than hiding your weaknesses, you learn to use them as stepping stones toward personal growth. As you begin to recognize your strength, you'll also start to understand the power of perseverance. Every step forward, no matter how small, is a testament to your resilience. Strength is not about grand gestures or monumental achievements. It's about the quiet determination to keep going when things get tough, the ability to make progress in the face of adversity, and the refusal to quit when you're not yet where you want to be. Perseverance doesn't mean you're always moving at lightning speed. It means you're committed to continuing even when the progress feels slow. One of the most profound aspects of embracing your strength is realizing that setbacks are not failures. In fact, they're often the very thing that sharpens us, pushing us to dig deeper and find new ways of thinking and being. When you face a setback, don't view it as the end of the road. See it as an opportunity to learn, to grow, and to refine your approach. Every challenge, every failure carries valuable lessons that can help you grow stronger. It's not about how many times you fall, it's about how many times you get back up. How you use each experience to become more resilient, more capable, and more confident in your ability to handle whatever comes next. Another essential part of embracing your strength is learning to trust yourself. Self-doubt can be crippling, and it often holds us back from taking risks, pursuing our goals, and stepping into our true potential. But trust is an essential component of strength. Trusting yourself means believing you have the ability to make decisions in your best interest, to handle the consequences, and to know you are worthy of the success and happiness you seek. When you trust yourself, you stop second-guessing your every move. You stop waiting for external approval or validation. You start making decisions from a place of inner confidence, knowing that even if things don't always go according to plan, you are capable of navigating whatever comes your way. It's also crucial to understand that strength is not something you have to cultivate in isolation. While the internal strength we all possess is fundamental, our external environment, our support systems, relationships, and communities can help nurture and amplify that strength. Surrounding yourself with people who believe in you, encourage you, and challenge you to be your best can be an incredible asset on your journey to embracing your own power. But it's important to remember that at the end of the day, your strength comes from within. While others can offer support, guidance, and love, the ultimate responsibility for embracing your strength lies with you. Strength is also about accepting responsibility for your life and choices. It's about owning the decisions you make and understanding that you have the ability to shape your own future. The more you accept responsibility for your actions, the more control you regain over your life. When you stop blaming others or circumstances for your struggles, you begin to see yourself as the one in charge of your journey. You understand that you are not powerless, and you can take the necessary steps to create the life you desire. In embracing your strength, you also begin to realize that it is a lifelong journey. Strength doesn't come overnight. It's something you build over time, through experience, reflection, and a commitment to growth. It's not about reaching a destination, but about the continual process of discovering just how strong you truly are. Every challenge, every experience, and every moment of hardship presents an opportunity to deepen your understanding of yourself and your potential. Embracing your inner strength also involves learning to release what no longer benefits you. Often we cling to things, whether it be negative thought patterns, draining relationships, or habits that sap our energy and weaken our confidence. Releasing these is a powerful act of strength. It is about recognizing that you deserve better, and that in order to move ahead, you must free yourself from what is holding you back. When you embrace your strength, you stop allowing external circumstances to control your life. You take ownership of your story and begin crafting chapters that reflect your true capabilities. As you continue on this path, remember that it is not about attaining perfection, but about making progress. It is about choosing, each and every day, to show up for yourself. It is about acknowledging that you are deserving of success, happiness, and fulfillment, and that your inner strength is the key to unlocking all of it. Do not wait for anyone else to give you permission to step into your power. Do not wait for the ideal moment to begin. The moment is here, and you are more powerful than you realize. Too often, we find ourselves caught in a cycle of doubt, weighed down by thoughts that convince us we are not enough. It is easy to fall into the habit of believing that the obstacles we encounter, whether external struggles or internal insecurities, are impossible to overcome. We start to think our goals are too ambitious, our abilities too limited, or that others are simply better suited for success. In these moments, we allow our own minds to become the greatest barriers to our potential. The most crucial realization in breaking free from this pattern is recognizing that the limitations we face are often self-imposed. They are created by the beliefs we hold about what we can and cannot do, shaped by past experiences, societal conditioning, and most importantly, the stories we tell ourselves about who we are. The first step to breaking free is understanding that our beliefs are not absolute truths. They are merely perceptions. I am not my perceptions. I am merely my perceptions. For instance, the thought, I am not good enough, is not an undeniable fact about who you are. It is a belief shaped by comparison or past disappointments. It is easy to absorb these negative messages, especially when they have been reinforced repeatedly. But the reality is, they do not define you. Every individual who has ever achieved success has faced moments of fear, insecurity, and doubt. However, they refused to let those feelings determine their actions. Instead, they chose to push through, to redefine their self-worth, and to focus on their potential rather than their perceived shortcomings. One of the most powerful ways to overcome limiting beliefs is by shifting your perspective. Think about a time when you faced a significant hardship. At that moment, it may have felt impossible to overcome. Yet with time and reflection, you can likely see how that experience helped you grow in unexpected ways. We tend to dwell on what we lack, our mistakes, our weaknesses, the moments when things did not go as planned. However, when we start to see these moments not as failures, but as lessons, we realize that even the most difficult experiences can serve as stepping stones for growth. The key to overcoming limiting beliefs lies in changing the way we view ourselves and our potential. We must stop defining ourselves by past struggles, mistakes, or external expectations. Instead, we need to focus on what is possible right now. We have the choice to believe in our ability to create change, to accept that we are constantly evolving, learning, and expanding. The more we focus on our strengths, the easier it becomes to dismantle the false narratives we have built around our limitations. The truth is, we are capable of far more than we often give ourselves credit for. However, we must be willing to shift our mindset to recognize that potential. Letting go of limiting beliefs does not mean acting recklessly or ignoring caution. It means embracing a mindset of possibility, one that allows us to assess risks without being immobilized by fear. Limiting beliefs frequently stem from fear, the fear of failing, the fear of rejection, or the fear of not measuring up. Yet, fear can be an invaluable teacher. It highlights areas where we can grow, challenges us to stretch our limits, and provides us with opportunities for transformation. Rather than allowing fear to control us, we can use it as fuel to propel us forward, knowing that it is simply a natural part of the journey. Beyond changing our thought patterns, another powerful tool for breaking free from limiting beliefs is taking action. Often our beliefs about ourselves are reinforced by inaction. When we feel uncertain, we hesitate. We hold back from making moves that could propel us forward. But each small action we take, no matter how minor it seems, is a step toward dismantling self-doubt. The more we push ourselves to act, the more evidence we build that we are capable of success. It is not about making enormous leaps all at once. It is about consistently taking steps, even when we do not feel entirely ready. By acting despite our fears, we gradually restore our confidence, one step at a time. Letting go of limiting beliefs also requires self-compassion. It is easy to fall into the habit of self-criticism, dwelling on what we have not yet accomplished or where we believe we have fallen short. However, constantly judging ourselves harshly only reinforces the belief that we are inadequate. Instead, we must practice kindness toward ourselves. We must be patient when we make mistakes and understand that growth is a continuous process. No one achieves success overnight, and no one is flawless. When we allow ourselves the grace to stumble, we also allow ourselves the opportunity to learn and improve. Failure is not the end of the journey, It is a stepping stone. Setbacks are not indications of incompetence. They are opportunities to adjust, adapt, and grow stronger. Surrounding ourselves with positive influences and supportive relationships is another crucial part of releasing limiting beliefs. The people we spend time with shape our mindset, and if we are surrounded by negativity or individuals who reinforce doubt, it becomes even harder to break free from self-imposed limitations. Seeking out those who uplift us, who believe in our potential, and who encourage us to push beyond our fears can make a world of difference. Releasing limiting beliefs is about taking back control. It is about realizing that you, not your past, not your circumstances, not the opinions of others, are in charge of your life. It is about owning the narratives you tell yourself and choosing to rewrite them with a focus on possibility, growth, and self-belief. When you release the beliefs that hold you back, you free yourself to step into your full potential, to live the life you are meant to live, and to accomplish what once felt unattainable. We often allow our past experiences to shape our identity, letting mistakes and failures dictate how we see ourselves. We tend to define ourselves by what we have been through, whether those experiences were triumphs or disappointments. We carry the weight of our past, sometimes allowing it to limit our vision for the future. But the past is just that, the past. Our past experiences, both positive and negative, hold valuable lessons, but they do not represent the final word on who we are. Too often we assume that our past mistakes serve as proof of why we will not succeed. We cling to these old narratives, convincing ourselves that they define our limits. However, our past is merely a collection of moments. It does not permanently define our identity or potential. We have the power to redefine ourselves at any time. We have the ability to change, to grow, and to evolve into someone greater than we were before. The key is recognizing that we are not our failures, we are not our struggles, and we are not our past decisions. Each day presents a new opportunity to make different choices, take new actions, and move closer to the person we aspire to be. The power to shape the future is in our hands. We cannot change what has already happened, but we can decide what happens next. Our past does not dictate the possibilities of our future. It is merely part of the story. The choice is ours to break free from limiting beliefs and step into the life we are truly meant to live. We give ourselves the permission to evolve, to try again, and to move past the limits we once thought were impossible to overcome. An important part of progressing is practicing self-compassion. We often act as our own harshest critics, setting ourselves to impossible standards and constantly replaying past mistakes. However, if we aim to let go of the past, we must learn to treat ourselves with the same kindness and understanding that we would offer a friend. It's okay to have made errors. It's okay to have failed. What truly matters is that we do not let those mistakes define our worth. We need to remind ourselves that we deserve love, success, and happiness, regardless of past events. We must forgive ourselves for the things we cannot change and accept who we are right now. As we move forward, we also need to release the need for approval from others. Too often, we let others' opinions shape our choices and define our worth. We may have been told by others that we weren't capable, that we weren't enough, or that we couldn't realize our dreams. But those opinions, just like our past mistakes, do not define us. The only opinion that truly matters is our own. We must learn to trust in ourselves. We must believe that we deserve success and happiness, even if others didn't see our value before. One powerful method for letting go of the past is practicing mindfulness and living in the present moment. When we focus on the here and now, we free ourselves from the burden of past regrets and future anxieties. The past no longer has the power to hold us back. The only time we truly own is the present. By centering ourselves in the present, we open up to the possibilities of the future. We give ourselves the freedom to start anew, to take risks, and to move forward without the weight of past mistakes hindering us. The past can't be undone, and we can't reverse the choices we made, the mistakes we experienced, or the challenges we faced, but we have the ability to choose how we let those experiences shape us. We can decide to stop allowing them to define us. Every single day offers a fresh opportunity to rewrite our narrative, to decide who we wish to become, and to step into the future we desire. Letting go of the past enables us to create the future we deserve. We often believe that change requires a huge transformation, a radical shift that happens all at once. We wait for the perfect moment, hoping everything will fall into place when we have the right energy, confidence, or resources to make a significant leap. The truth is that change is not a one-time event. It's a series of small, intentional actions that build on one another over time. The power to create meaningful change doesn't lie in waiting for the right moment, but in deciding to take the first step, no matter how small it may seem. Change begins with a choice. The moment we decide we are no longer willing to accept the status quo and are ready to step beyond our comfort zones. Although change may not be easy or immediate, every small change contributes to our growth and progress. The decision to change is significant because it shows our willingness to take responsibility for our lives and future. It signals that we are no longer waiting for external circumstances to dictate our happiness or success. Instead, we are taking control of our own path. The process of change starts with acknowledging that where we are right now is not where we want to remain. It requires us to look at our current situation honestly, to evaluate what is working and what isn't, and to admit that we are ready for something more. We often become comfortable with the known, even when it no longer serves us. The fear of the unknown, the fear of stepping out of our comfort zone, holds us back, but staying in our comfort zone limits our potential. It keeps us trapped in the same patterns, routines, and thought processes, preventing us from growing. Change asks us to challenge our thinking, break free from old patterns, and embrace new possibilities. The first step in making a change is realizing that it won't happen overnight. We often expect immediate results, and when they don't arrive, we feel discouraged. But true change takes time. It is built on consistent decisions and actions that, over time, result in greater transformation. When we try to rush the process, we set ourselves up for disappointment. Change is gradual, and it consists of the little decisions we make every day, whether it's waking up earlier with purpose, choosing healthier habits, or simply adjusting our mindset. These small actions accumulate and generate momentum. To create lasting change, we must also accept that setbacks and obstacles are natural parts of the journey. It's easy to become disheartened when things don't go according to plan. We may face challenges that make us question if the change is worth it, or we may revert to old habits. But setbacks are not failures. They are opportunities for growth, adjustment, and learning. The key to lasting change is persistence. It's about getting back up after every setback and continuing forward, even when the path becomes difficult. Every challenge is an opportunity to build resilience and strengthen our commitment to the change we are creating. An essential part of change is having a clear vision of what we want. Without a clear vision, it's easy to become lost in the process, overwhelmed by challenges, or forget why we began. A clear vision gives us direction and motivation, providing a reason to push forward even when the journey feels long or tough. Our vision serves as a guiding light, helping us stay focused on the bigger picture rather than getting bogged down by obstacles along the way. However, having a clear vision alone is not enough. Change requires action. It's not sufficient to simply dream about the future or imagine the person we want to become. We must take concrete steps toward that vision every day. Change demands that we take responsibility for our actions, set goals, and actively pursue them. It's not about waiting for the perfect moment, but about maximizing the opportunities that come our way and creating new ones if necessary. Every step, no matter how small, brings us closer to the life we envision. Consistency is key. Showing up every day, taking action, and moving forward, even when progress feels slow. As we strive for change, it's crucial to acknowledge the importance of self-compassion. Change is often difficult, and it's easy to be hard on ourselves when things don't go as planned. We might feel like we aren't making enough progress, or become frustrated with how slow the process seems. But self-compassion helps us recognize our efforts and be gentle with ourselves through the process. It's about understanding that meaningful change takes time and acknowledging that we're doing the best we can. By being kind to ourselves and celebrating our progress, we build the inner strength and resilience necessary to continue. Another important part of change is the willingness to let go of what no longer serves us. Sometimes, in order to progress, we must release outdated beliefs, habits, or relationships that hold us back. This can be one of the most challenging aspects of change, especially when we feel an attachment to these things. Yet holding on to the past prevents us from making space for new growth and opportunities. Letting go is not about discarding what is valuable, but about creating room for personal development and new possibilities. It's about being willing to release what no longer aligns with the person we are becoming. The power to change lies within us. It starts with the choice to take the first step, no matter how small, and continues with consistent actions, persistence, and self-compassion. Change is not a destination, it is a journey. By embracing the process, staying focused on our vision, and being flexible along the way, we can create the life we truly desire. We all have dreams, desires, and aspirations we want to bring to life, hoping for a future full of success, fulfillment, and happiness. However, for many of us, that future seems distant or unattainable. The gap between where we are now and where we want to be can feel overwhelming. It's easy to feel stuck, unsure of how to begin, or even feel incapable of achieving our dreams. But the truth is, the only thing standing between us and our aspirations is the belief that we can't get there. The biggest obstacle we face in realizing our dreams is the limitations we impose on ourselves, often unknowingly. When we dream of the future, we tend to focus on the end goal, the big picture, without considering the small, actionable steps required to get there. We often overestimate the distance between where we are and where we want to be, forgetting that the journey consists of many small, manageable steps. Every great achievement, no matter how monumental it seems, results from countless small actions taken consistently over time. The key to reaching any dream is breaking it down into smaller, achievable goals and taking deliberate steps each day toward those goals. The first step is to stop waiting for the perfect moment. Too often, we wait for the right opportunity, perfect alignment, or ideal conditions to take action. But the truth is, the perfect moment rarely arrives. Life is unpredictable, and waiting for everything to be just right can make us miss opportunities. Instead of waiting for the perfect moment, we must create it by acting with what we have now. The resources may not be ideal, but we have the ability to start where we are and take the first step. Another key factor in achieving our dreams is shifting our mindset from one of limitation to one of possibility. Many of us are held back by limiting beliefs, negative thoughts that tell us we aren't capable, that our dreams are too big, or that we can never overcome the obstacles in our way. These beliefs often stem from past failures, criticism from others, or the voices of those who told us we couldn't succeed. But we must realize that our past does not determine our future. Just because we've faced challenges or setbacks doesn't mean we can't succeed. Our dreams are valid and we have the strength and capacity to pursue them. In order to move forward, we must recognize and challenge the limiting beliefs that hold us back, replacing them with thoughts of possibility and belief in our potential. Equally important is the willingness to take risks. Achieving our dreams often requires stepping outside of our comfort zone, which can be intimidating. It's easy to stay in the familiar, even if it isn't fulfilling, because we know what to expect, but nothing changes in the comfort zone. Real growth, progress, and success happen when we push ourselves beyond our boundaries. Taking risks doesn't mean being reckless. It means making decisions that align with our goals, even when they carry some uncertainty. It's about trusting that, even if we fail, we will learn and grow from the experience. Patience is another essential part of pursuing our dreams. We live in a world that values instant gratification, where we want results quickly. However, the path to our goals takes time, and meaningful progress is often slow. We may not see immediate results, and that can be discouraging. But we need to remind ourselves that every step, no matter how small, is progress. Success isn't about rushing to the finish line. Every day that we continue working toward our dreams, no matter how small the effort, brings us closer to our goal. We must trust that the work we put in will pay off in time. Remaining flexible also plays a significant role in achieving our dreams. Life is unpredictable, and things don't always go as planned. There will be challenges, setbacks, and obstacles that we didn't foresee. But instead of being discouraged, we must learn to adapt. Flexibility means staying open to new ways of doing things, adjusting our strategies, and being willing to pivot when necessary. It's about staying committed to our ultimate vision while being open to change. Sometimes, the unexpected challenges lead to growth and opportunities we hadn't considered. Finally, it's essential to surround ourselves with the right people. The people we choose to spend time with can have a major impact on our ability to achieve our dreams. When we are surrounded by supportive, encouraging, and inspiring individuals, we are more likely to stay motivated and focused. On the other hand, negativity or the disbelief of others can hinder our confidence and progress. Find people who lift you up, inspire you, and share your vision for success. A strong support system is crucial to maintaining the motivation needed to keep moving forward. Achieving our dreams ultimately comes down to action. It's easy to get caught up in planning or dreaming about what we want, but nothing happens until we take action. Every dream, no matter how large, requires effort. It's about doing the work, even when it's hard, even when progress feels slow, and even when uncertainty looms.